Electric vehicle sales were up six-fold in the 5 years through 2019 and still represent just 2% of the light vehicle market. One look at shares of Tesla or Nio, and you might think the EV stock trend is overpriced, but in reality, it could just be getting started. In this video, I'll show you why electric vehicle stocks could have further to run, how to find the best companies, and then reveal 3 EV stocks to buy right now. We're talking electric vehicle investing today on Let's Talk Money. Hey Bowtie Nation, Joseph Hogue here with the Let's Talk Money channel. I want to send a special shout out to all you out there in the nation. Thank you for spending a part of your day to be here. If you're not part of that community yet, just click that little red subscribe button. It's free and you'll never miss an episode. Nation, EV stocks and the potential in the electric vehicle market has been a huge theme for years, but it's surprising how much growth this market still has left to run. Even on that six-fold increase in EV sales from just 200,000 cars in 2014 to 1.2 million in 2019, it's still just 2% of the US car market. And sales in Europe and China are growing even faster, and a lot of companies have committed to all electric models within the next 20 years. The cost of the lithium battery technology and the cars themselves have come down to where it's affordable for Main Street consumers, and that's when you start seeing that exponential growth in sales. So in this video, I want to show you how to find the best EV stocks to buy, how to start your list, and find maybe some of those undiscovered electric vehicle companies that you don't hear so much about. Before we get started though, I want to throw this out to the community. Do you think those EV stocks in the market are too expensive right now? And do you think the technology is going to live up to that hype? With the high valuations on some of these stocks, I want to hear what you think. So scroll down and let us know in the comments below. Now we'll start here by using the Discover feature on stockcard.io. And I like to start here because you can start searching for a theme. I can type in EV stocks and the search bar is going to drop down with stock collections of companies in that theme. So here we see 2 collections, electric vehicles and one for EV manufacturing. Now that gives us 95 companies in the theme that we can research further, and each one is broken down into these 4 fundamental areas: growth, operations, returns, and valuation. The research also shows you important dates, industry, and market growth potential, and compares the past investment returns on each stock with others in the sector. I'll leave a link to StockCard in the video description below. Make sure you check that out and that search feature. Use the promo code BOWTIENATION, all one word and lowercase, for an exclusive discount for everyone out there in the community. So from that stock card collection, we have 95 companies in that EV stock list, that theme that we can then research to find the ones with the most potential. What I want to do with this video is show you that investing in EV doesn't mean stocking up on shares of Tesla or Nio. Besides the car makers, there are other ways to invest in this theme, like the battery suppliers, parts, and the commercial vehicle segment. Even some of those legacy car makers could be good investments in this theme. Ford and Chevy both have 2 cars in the top 10 EV models by total sales now. And I think that diversification in segment and in business models is important when you're doing your analysis. Shares of those popular car makers have been bid up to amazing valuations. Even after growing earnings by 131% last year, shares of Tesla are still priced at over 1,500 times their annual profits. Now, not only will the stocks that we talk about give you that broader exposure to the technology, but you're going to be able to pick some of those undiscovered players trading relatively cheaply. Before I reveal those 3 EV stocks to buy though, you might also want to check out the Ishares self-driving EV and tech ETF. That's ticker IDRV. The fund holds shares of 100 companies in the self-driving and electric vehicle theme and has produced a return of 58% over the past year. And now why I really like this fund, besides getting that exposure to both of those trends, self-driving and electric vehicles, is it includes a lot of the stocks that I can't buy in the US market, stocks like LG Chem and Alps Alpine. The fund is a great way to get that broad investment in the theme along with these individual stocks that we'll talk about, and is actually trading for 24 times on a price to earnings ratio of the companies in the portfolio, so not that expensive. Our first electric vehicle stock though is Kandi Technologies Group, ticker KNDI, and I like this one for that product diversification. Not only does Kandi produce 3 models of electric vehicles sold in China and the United States, but it also has a battery swap system, it's parts supplier to multiple OEMs, and it produces an all-terrain vehicle as well. And that model brings in revenue from multiple sources, allows it to leverage its technology not only in its own cars, but in other segments as well, and frankly, some segments that aren't as saturated as that car market. The company launched its EV cars in the United States last year, one with a price tag of under $10,000 after tax credits, and got over 700 pre-sale deposits on the launch. And this is definitely an undiscovered player in that electric vehicle stock space and trades for just 4 times on a price-to-sales basis. Now that's a 1/7 of the 30 times multiple you're going to pay for shares of Tesla or Nio. Next here, I wanted to include a stock with exposure to the lithium segment of the industry. Now the lithium-ion batteries are really where that bottleneck is happening right now in electric vehicles, with production just not able to keep up with the demand, so I definitely want something in here. Now it's been just over a year since I recommended specialty chemical company Albemarle, ticker ALB, on its lithium business, and the shares are up 149% since. But here I wanted something a little further in that supply chain, that a company may be developing the battery technology itself. And the biggest news in batteries came last year when QuantumScape, ticker QS, went public through a SPAC acquisition. The startup was originally backed by Bill Gates and now counts Volkswagen as its largest shareholder with a $300 million investment. The European car company has plans to launch 70 EV models and produce 22 million EV cars by 2029 and is betting heavily on QuantumScape. The company has demonstrated a solid-state battery technology that enables 300 plus miles of charge and can recharge in less than 15 minutes. That compares to hours of recharging, and most electric vehicle batteries stuck around that 200-mile capacity. Now the company has only demonstrated this on a smaller battery model and still needs to prove it on those larger car-sized batteries. Revenue here isn't expected until 2025, but this is next-generation tech that could transform the industry. Sales are expected to start at $39 million in 2025 and rise nearly tenfold to $275 million by 2026. Workhorse Group, ticker WKHS, isn't quite as undiscovered or cheap as the other two on the list, but could still be one of your best investments in EV stocks. The global commercial vehicle market is a $1.3 trillion opportunity with annual growth of 7%. But development of electric vehicles here has been slower than that passenger segment because of the challenges to battery power and the time to recharge. That means there's less competition for this technology, and Workhorse is the market leader in that medium-duty and cargo van market. The company is already partnering and selling to FedEx, Amazon, and Walmart, and has an $18 billion addressable market just in that last-mile delivery market for the United States. Workhorse designed its C-Series truck with UPS and booked 1,000 plus orders for those trucks. These things have a 100-mile fully electrical range on less than 6 hours charging time. The company is also developing the U.S. Postal Service's next-gen vehicle for a potential 165,000 vehicle deal and $6.3 billion in sales. And even beyond that last-mile market the company is serving now, I think this technology transfers into that larger diesel and commercial market in the future for an even bigger market opportunity. Click on the video to the right for the 7 cryptocurrency stocks to take advantage of the rise in Bitcoin. 7 companies riding that wave higher. Don't forget to join the Let's Talk Money community by tapping that subscribe button and clicking the bell notification.